Okay, so when you hook these, you get a little WD-40 there, guy. That gonna go in there? It seems like it's the right fitting. Cool, see if we can get that bad boy in there.
I need some WD-40.
All right, so this is the hookup you want. You want to make sure you get those in there good and tight, and you also want to make sure you have the washers in there. Because when you go to hook this up and we go to disconnect this and shut the main off, you don't want this to be your leak right here. Okay, you don't want this to be the pressure that's not holding. So we went through the entire property. We've set everything to the off position, and now we're going to go ahead and hook up the air to it, fire it up, put some air to it. Our valve's off right now, so there's no air coming into the system yet. So we're opening it up slow. Here's some gurgling right now. So we want to open this up slow, and when my other guy upstairs, so if he hears anything, like maybe something's leaking or something, he's going to tell me to shut it down. Okay, so someone go upstairs, just at the top of the stairs, and kind of listen. There's not nothing here, but you want to do this so that if there's something up there and it's full of water, that we're not making a worse mess than what's already there. So
Going up slow. Don't look like it was moving.
well, we know there's air going in there because we've already heard this other faucet. So now is a good time to hook your hot water heater up. We got air going to everything. So if something doesn't get to a point, we need to make sure we're walking everything and making sure all the valves are open up to everything. So what we'll do is we'll start here at the low point, down here. But it's got enough in it. Now we have our phone ready. We're going to open up the line. And we're going to take this picture. Great picture right here. We're just going to let that blow out until it's just blowing mainly air.
And that was after he hooked it to the water heater?
No.
that's just
we're just doing the first faucet now.
Water going into the
We're just doing the first faucet now. So we got the. Now we'll go to the other side. That's good. So now we got those pictures showing this sink is in good shape. Okay. So now we're going to go through the rest of the house and we're going to go check that. But what we can do is see if we have, it's empty because I just opened it up and nothing came out. Air's coming into here. So now we can open this guy up. Somebody hold that hose.
And release the water in it? that. No, there's something in there.
So now we're over here. And now we take a picture of this.
That's another way you can pump anything.
100%. That's how you empty your hot water here.
Gotcha. Instead of
Get it
I
outside.
see what you mean about all the settlement.
If you do a gravity feed, then it's going to take forever to drain that.
I used to have.
We got air pushed up on it now. We're pushing air out of it. So you take this picture, whether it's outside in a sink showing, you take that picture hooked up, then you take this picture right here showing that we just drained out the hot water heater.
Yeah, 'cause I used to use the water pumps. You hook them up to the water heaters and suck them up. I used to install one of these. Had down the door plumber. You know, came over to do this.
Okay, so now we've got a hot water heater drain. It might take a little bit longer than that, but you can go on and do something else. Let that drain, go do some other inspections or check something else out. And then, because you're taking your pressure away by pushing all that through that hot water heater. So now we can go back up to the rest of the bathrooms and we'll start from the top and work our way down and just check those. So let's go up there and check them out. Should be off underneath. In the walls. So turn those on, and then you have your camera ready after you've got them turned on. Now some of these are frozen, stuck, and they won't move.
Right.
Don't put a whole lot of energy into them. Just leave them the way they are. If they're off, then you probably want to get some channel lock and just slowly try to open them. Or take your screwdriver to the screw that's holding that valve. Slowly try to move that so you can release it to open. So now you take a picture of that, shut that off, and then do the other side. This is where you take a picture of everything. The hot, the cold. Because if you don't, and you shut that one off. And we've had this property and we go into the winter months.
Let me close it back.
And something, yeah, you can close it back. If something freezes and breaks, I'm going to go right to your photos and I'm going to look to make sure that you've done this right. Now, if you have, then we can say, look, here's our photos, we did this. Truly see the water, truly see it coming from hot and cold. So there's two things. Someone's compromised it, or something's not shutting off from the main to, that's why we shut everything off when we're done. And then when you come here throughout the routine inspections, go ahead and open a valve up, turn the faucet on and see if anything comes out. If it's a little spit, it's okay. If it's a full going, then you need to be put something in there saying, hey, or get on the phone and say, is this being inspected because the winterization is compromised. There's water coming full out of there. Shut it off, and then we'll determine at that point what we're going to do. If it's in a step 8 being sold, we give some people, after we said we've tested it, it's a pass, we give them the okay to turn on the water and turn on the electric so they can do their own inspection to buy the property.
Oh, okay.
So when you're doing routines, occasionally you should go in and open up a valve and turn a faucet on.
Right.
You're going to know if they're doing their inspections when you lift that toilet up and it's full of water. Because they've turned everything on and they've flushed everything. So that's going to be your first telltale.
Right.
If everything else still has antifreeze in it and you have water in the lines, then we have one of two things. It's been compromised or something's not holding pressure and allowing water back into the system. So that's something we got to check. So when you're doing the routines, periodically, check that. Turn the valve on, turn it on, see if it's still.
Gotcha.
A good one is outside. The spigot outside. Open the spigot outside when you're doing your exterior inspections.
So that's just everything from the house coming out.
So is the tub, turn the tub on. And when you turn the tub on, you turn the hot and the cold. and you turn the shower head on because there's water going up to that shower head, so you got 6 foot of water that could freeze and break. Well, 5 feet maybe. 4 feet, 5 feet.
It's still allowed.
It's enough that it's freeze. So you shut that off. The shower head was good?
Yeah.
Okay, so we got pictures of all that, and we say it's good. Now we go to the kitchen.
Now, when you don't have shut-off valves, did you take pictures of that?
For
Just saying that you don't have
They in the
shut-off valves.
basement.
In case something.
the shower. Yeah, that's for like the shower. Sometimes you'll see a wall or access point. A lot of times you won't. So yeah, the showers may not have shut-offs, but if nothing's coming out of those showers when you turn them on, go back down in the basement, directly below that, and start looking for that. Because it's gonna have something. Same thing outside. Go directly inside and look. Because when you go outside, when you're in the kitchen, when you go outside, you should open up everything. Don't forget your outside spigots. That's one of the most common things that get forgot. So when you do your inspection out exterior, you take a picture of that. Okay? Just like you take a picture of your AC, you have to take a picture of that spigot. And that you'll remember that, hey, I got a spigot outside. Did I go turn that on through my through my air test? So the kitchen. Somebody else jump in there and turn that kitchen on. Oh, let that roll. Go to the other side, to the pole, go to the pole. Shut that off. Now do that, absolutely. Nothing's coming out of there? Not even air? Maybe we gotta turn it off. There we go. There should always be something coming out. If not, figure it out.
Turn them off.
Yep, turn them off. The only thing we have left to do now is the outside spigots. One of them doesn't have a handle on it, so it is what it is.
You need to go teach housing, man.
Huh?
Housing. A lot of that pipe's busting and whatnot.
Yeah, they don't care though. They don't care. They know. They have
To a house run
technicians.
for 3 days, though.
They
We need to
have
get in here.
technicians, they don't care.
That he comes up the main up the street or I mean it was right.
Thanks.
Sounds like a regret.
I'm not sure. Open that one up. Great picture. That's good. You shut that one off. But that's why you shut everything off to that point, so you can actually get that
Yeah.
and let that keep blowing until it gets everything out of the line.
Oh, okay. Till it's nothing but air.
Walk around the house if you got anything else. Yep. Turned over now. Yep. There's nothing here, so I'm guessing that doesn't even.
Yeah, it's probably
That
not.
doesn't even work.
So what would you say about that though as far as pictures go?
Not hooked up.
It doesn't have What's still?
I go down the basement. I go down the basement and look, but it doesn't look like it's hooked up.
Well, that's the one that's by the breaker box. That's the one by the breaker box. The one I'm gonna know.
No, the breaker box is over there.
Oh, it's over here.
That's that one.
Oh, okay.
Did it already?
Yeah.
Yeah. So a lot of times you're gonna see people that have decks and they might have like little trap doors. It's a great place to look because they'll have a water spigot they built over their deck, and then right there's the spigot. So
Oh, okay.
you know, if you see something that looks like, hey, that looks like it's out of place. I mean, especially with tools, you may even see a water hose coming out underneath here. There's a water hose coming out underneath here they used to fill the pool up with.
Right.
You can almost bet that there's a spigot somewhere
right
here.
here. Yeah.
I guess
So, you know, just kind of look for that when you're doing your inspections. Like a cat house or something.
I guess that's a rat house.
It is a rat house.
Yeah, there's a bunch of.
Yeah, he got some
Any
rabbits or
questions
something.
on the pressure testing and or the electrical testing? It's pretty simple, but it's crucial
Yeah,
that
it is
you
very crucial.
get all the photos because if something freezes in